you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. Hello, Tony. Hey, Mama Bear, Clicker, Punksy. Hey, Lil Red. Let's see. Hey, Jessie Lynn. Hey, Amber Lou. Hey, Solus. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Melanie. Hello, by the way. Hey, Michelle, Mayla's mom, Lucia, Gretchen, Rexy. Did I say that already? But I don't know. Hey, Amelia. Hey, Harlot. Hey, Hope. So, hey, preschool granny. Hello, Neat Noodle, Cujo, Shauna. Hey, Kathy. Hello, Jennifer, Petunia, Carol. Today, this information we're going to talk about is not new anymore. This happened yesterday, but I really wanted to talk about it with you guys. And I think that, there's definitely something to be said about talking about something as soon as it happens, right? Because we all want to know as soon as possible. But there's also something to be said for waiting and letting different things, come out about this. So, I'm looking forward to this. I've gathered a ton of articles, a ton of pictures, video footage of Mirta Romanos, sorry, the third person arrested in the case of Savanah, Matthew, and Fabian, her perp walk. We've got a lot of stuff to look at. So we're just going to hang out kind of laid back, talk about the new stuff that's happened. Hey, Tess. Hey, hippie chick. Hey, Kayanne. Made it for another play date. So let's see, where do I want to start? We'll start with this local news article and then move into some different stuff. Hey, Shay Benet. Looks like the towel person that we talked about so many times has finally been arrested, which good. So family relieved by third arrest in Matthew Guerra and Savanah Soto capital murder case. Just one day after laying his son to rest, and we do have a few things about that as well, Matthew Guerra's father said the third arrest in the capital murder case of Matthew, Savanah, and their unborn son couldn't have came at a better time. He called me Pops, and just the smile he would put on his face, said Gabriel. An excruciatingly painful time for Gabriel, just one day after Matthew's burial and seeing his unborn grandson, Fabian, for the first time. Oh, God. It's not the way I wanted to meet Fabian, but most definitely get to see him, and he looked like Savanah, and just him being on top of Matthew and being so close to Matthew, it meant the world to me. A third arrest in connection to the young family's killing was made by the police department on Wednesday, 20 days after the crime. Gabriel said, perfect timing with God and just giving me comfort or something to help me during a difficult time. Gabriel wants the harshest punishment possible for the third suspect, Mirta Romanos, who is accused of helping cover up the killings. And I've heard it repeated a million times on these videos we're going to watch. Many of the local news anchors, though, are much better at rolling their R's than I am. So I just cannot. I even paused it and tried to repeat it exactly how they said it to myself. Yeah, it just did not work. Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez said early in the investigation that additional charges don't seem likely. I certainly understand why the family would like to see others, the parents, for example, charged with capital murder, but the law requires that we have some evidence on that. Regardless of the charges or punishment, Gabrielle is relieved. Police found evidence needed to arrest her because the other two suspects, her husband and her stepson, were not telling the entire truth. Now, many people have said, this woman looks like Christopher. Honestly, for me, I'm reading stepson and we'll just leave it at that. I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of times they get a lot of stuff wrong, but so here is the art. Let me switch over to this one because it has the affidavit, and then we'll get into some other things. Hold on just a second. I dropped some. So was the baby buried in Matthew's casket? That's the way that made it seem. I have like a 40-second news clip about the services taking place that day before she was arrested, the day before yesterday. But I heard her bond is actually higher than the dad's, and she is actually the mom. See, I've heard a lot of people say that. I didn't open a soda pop. I dropped my vape. That's, I guess, what it was. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people saying that too. I don't know. Hey, looking beyond. But let's look at this article. So, read affidavit. Arrest warrant details involvement of third suspect. She is charged with tampering with evidence and abuse of a corpse. Despite police saying last week they had arrested the sole suspects, on Wednesday they arrested a third person. Mirta Romanos was arrested on Wednesday after charges of abuse of a corpse, alter, destroy, conceal of a human corpse, and tampering with evidence, all felonies. Police said the gun used in the slayings belonged to her. Investigators said she helped Christopher hide the bodies after he allegedly killed Savanah and Matthew. His father is charged with abuse of a corpse in the case. I'll mute that while it's loading. So it was her gun that they were using. Oh, my phone was blowing up yesterday.
Mirta, did you give Christopher your gun?
Is my Bendy here?
Did you give Christopher your gun to use in this murder?
Oh, yeah.
Are you sorry?
Excuse me, guys.
Did you give Christopher your gun?
Check.
How can you sleep at night? How have you been able to sleep at night?
Ciao, guys.
Wow.
Say to the family.
Did you give Christopher your gun?
Hey, Grammy.
What is your
Really?
silence supposed to say? What message is your silence sending?
What do you guys think? Do you think she was just waiting to be arrested?
Are you sorry?
Yeah, it was her gun. How did Matthew get it to threaten Christopher? Good point, Kayanne. Didn't even think of that, but yeah.
What do you want to say to Savannah's mother, Matthew's mother?
Excuse me.
You guys said yes, yep. I bet you she was.
That is
very-
Mirta Romanos. San Antonio police just arrested her in connection to the murders of Savanah Soto and Matthew Guerra.
Guerra.
Savanah was pregnant at the time of her murder, according to police. She was reported missing back on the Friday before Christmas, and police found her body and Matthew Guerra's body in a car on December 26th, the day after Christmas. Last week, San Antonio police made 2 arrests in this case.
Okay, so let's continue for a minute, though, because I got a lot of stuff I want to look at with you guys. So here's the affidavit. That's the whole reason I pulled this article. So, affidavit for arrest warrant. They named Savanah and Matthew as victims. An actor in this case has been identified as Mirta Romanos. Date of birth, August 17th. I don't know. There's some kind of redaction there. August 7th, 1976. I don't know why it's spaced out like that. Hereinafter referred to as the defendant. Said defendant is further identified in SAPD computer files under SID number 563871. It is the belief of your affiant that the offense of tampering with evidence, alter, destroy, conceal human corpse was committed on or about the 21st day of December 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. Your affiant has probable cause for said belief by reason of the following facts. Hold on just a second, you guys. Hey, Copper Ginger. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, KPM. I'm just pausing for just a second because I have little ears coming through. Don't like to go through some of this with the little ears around. Okay, they're gone now. All right, let's continue. So on December 23rd, 2023, Leon Valley Police received a call for a missing person report Family of the missing person stated she was supposed to be induced for her pregnancy and did not show up for appointment. The family advised they had not been able to get a hold of the female and stated she was not answering her phone. A check of the hospitals was conducted by the family, and it was found that the female was not at any of the hospitals. It was found that the female lived with her boyfriend. However, the family of the boyfriend advised they were not able to get in touch with him as well. The female was entered as a missing person by Leon Valley. Further investigation found that the female and her boyfriend were not responding to any phone calls, and their whereabouts were unknown. Media broadcast on the news the story of the missing female and her boyfriend in the media. The boyfriend's car description was broadcast and said to be a 2013 gray Kia Optima. On December 26, a resident of 5903 Danny K Drive messaged the family of the female and advised them that they believed the vehicle was parked at 5903 Danny K Drive. The family contacted Leon Valley and drove to the location. Upon Leon Valley police arrival to the location, police observed the vehicle. Inside the vehicle was a deceased pregnant female in the front seat and a deceased male in the back seat of the vehicle. San Antonio police were contacted, and your affiant made the location. What? Okay. And the person writing this got to the location. Upon arrival to the location, your affiant observed the vehicle. Your affiant observed the right passenger side of the vehicle. I observed a deceased pregnant female inside. The female appeared to have trauma to her head. Your affiant then observed the back seat of the vehicle. Your affiant observed a deceased male in the back seat of the vehicle. The deceased male resembled the boyfriend to the female. The male had an apparent gunshot wound to his head. It appeared the male had been dragged into the vehicle. Your affiant did not observe any weapon near the male. A search warrant was requested. Now remember, this is the same as the first one. I'll just continue to read through it just in case you didn't hear the warrants for everybody else or something like that. So while waiting for the search warrant, your affiant spoke to the families of the female and the male. It was found that the boyfriend to the female sold narcotics and would use his phone through cellular communication as well as social media. Is the sound, like, can you guys hear me okay? Because someone's vacuuming upstairs and it's quite loud for me. Hey, Edith. It was reported that what did I do? It was reported she didn't leave the house for a week. DoorDash bringing her deliveries, she knew. Okay, good. Because I usually film downstairs at my mom's because the internet's better and someone's upstairs running the vacuum, which is like really frustrating, but whatever. But I do have really good news. So last night I signed up for new internet. They're going to be coming next week and they'll be putting a dish in at my house. I did a local thing instead of Starlink just because it was cheaper, but if it doesn't work, I'll adjust. But hopefully I have much better internet, no more falling off panels or bad sounds. I can download stuff. I can upload stuff. I am excited. Okay, so let's continue. When the search warrant arrived at the location, a search of the vehicle was conducted. The search found spent shell casing in the vehicle. However, there was no weapon recovered in the vehicle. There was apparent blood transfer on the outside of the vehicle that was not consistent with the boyfriend causing harm to the female. Both the female and male had gunshot wounds to the head, and the male also had apparent drag marks on his back. It is believed they were killed at a different location and the vehicle was driven to the recovered location. During further investigation, your affiant found video surveillance at 5903 Danny K. The video surveillance found that on December 21st, 2023, around 23:59 hours, a Chevrolet Silverado gray driving with its lights off from the vehicle recovered location. The Silverado pulled in the middle of the back parking lot and parked the vehicle. The victim's vehicle could be seen approaching the Silverado. The victim's vehicle parked next to the Silverado. A heavyset male exited the driver door and the victim's vehicle opened. The heavyset male approached the driver of the victim's vehicle and appeared to speak to the driver. The heavyset male then got a towel from his vehicle and appears to wipe down the outside of the victim's vehicle door where he had touched the vehicle. Surveillance video appeared to show a third person throw the towel to the heavyset male, which led police to believe that a second person was inside of the Silverado. Ding, ding, ding. The driver of the victim's vehicle exited the vehicle for a brief moment and sat back in the driver's seat. The driver did not match the description of the female or male victim. The Hispanic male got back into his vehicle and the victim's vehicle drove behind the building where it was later found on the 26th. So we're just going to take just a quick second. I want to show you guys because I have like a very particular clip of this where it's just like a 5-second clip I showed you guys, but just in case you didn't see it, you can clearly see this towel move on its own. So let me play that for just a second and we'll get right back into it. So as you see there, which you can see it so clearly in this little clip. I don't know if it's because we've shortened it to like just, I actually didn't do it. Melissa Jade sent this to me. So thank you, Miss Melissa. Okay, so approximately 3 minutes later, the Silverado was observed leaving behind the building where the vehicle was found. The victim's vehicle did not leave the location. It was believed that the victims were already deceased in the vehicle at the time of the video observed. It is an effort to hide the vehicle. On January 2nd, 2024, your affiant provided one of the victim's cell phones to Detective Knox at the Technical Investigations Unit. On January 3rd, 2024, your affiant received the cell phone download from Detective Knox. Your affiant found the victim had recently searched the street of Charlie Chan Drive. Due to your affiant's knowledge of the crime scene area, I was aware that Charlie Chan Drive was a couple of blocks away from the victim vehicle recovery location. Your affiant was able to discover that the victim's vehicle pinged near Charlie Chan Drive and Cary Grant Drive around 2350 on the night they went missing. The vehicle did not start moving again until 2354 hours. So 4 minutes later, the vehicle traveled to Danny K Drive where it was discovered the 26th. 4 minutes later? Okay, I don't know. Let's continue. Your affiant conducted computer research and was able to locate a vehicle that looked identical to the suspect vehicle seen on camera with the victim vehicle. Your affiant did research on the owner of the vehicle and found the owner of the vehicle matched the description of the male that exited the vehicle on camera. Hey, Foxy. Hey, True Crime Crazy. Just getting here, I had a visitor. Oh, I had a day too. Errands and all the things. If my towel moves on its own, it's time to do laundry. Knowing that they were deceased already. I know, Jessie Lynn. Foxy, I'm so happy to see you. We need to plan our live now that we've kind of gotten through this last little bit. Okay, so homicide detectives went to vehicle location listed above and found the listed vehicle at the location. While at the residence of Charlie Chan, a person identified as Ramon reported knowing why police were at his house. He informed detectives to speak with his son, Christopher. Your affiant spoke with Ramon after Ramon was read his Miranda warnings. Ramon admitted to driving his Silverado to Danny K Drive where he met Christopher. Ramon identified himself on surveillance video So he saw the video and identified him. He said, yes, that's me. He reported meeting Christopher at the apartment complex, who was driving another vehicle. This vehicle is the vehicle in which Matthew Guerra and Savanah Soto were found deceased. Ramon admitted to assisting Christopher at Danny K Drive. Your affiant then spoke with Christopher after Christopher was read his Miranda warnings. Christopher reported that Matthew Guerra and Savanah Soto drove to his residence on Charlie Chan Drive to sell him marijuana. He went on to provide a version of events that were inconsistent with evidence collected at the scene from where the victim's vehicle was recovered. Christopher claimed the male victim pointed a weapon at him, and Christopher was able to manipulate the weapon, resulting in the female being shot. Christopher then stated that had the weapon pointed at him again, and he manipulated the weapon, resulting in the male being shot. On January 4th, 2024, your affiant spoke with Mirta Romanos. Mirta, we're just going to call her Mirta, stated on the night of the incident she was at her residence with Ramon and Christopher. She could not recall the events of the night and stated she thought she was sleeping. She denied knowing about this incident and denied being in Ramon's vehicle at Danny K Drive. Further investigation led to surveillance video being recovered from the defendant's residence. In the surveillance video, Mirta could be seen leaving her residence with Ramon on the night of the incident. Ramon and Mirta enter Ramon's vehicle and depart from their residence. Several minutes later, Ramon's vehicle entered the driveway of their residence, and Christopher, Ramon, and Mirta could all be observed exiting the vehicle. The times observed corroborated with the timing of events already known that showed that Mirta was with Ramon when he relocated to 5903 Danny K Drive to meet with Christopher. Your affiant has reason to believe and does believe the said defendant, Mirta, on or about the 21st day of December, knowingly concealed a human corpse with the intent to impair its availability as evidence in an investigation in violation with the Penal Code of the state of Texas. So she claimed she thought she was sleeping, and they ended up recovering video footage from her house. And that's how they got them. That's how they got their asses. Is she taking Ambien, right? Hey, Save Robbie. Good to see you. Katie, I rush and screw up and don't proofread. Sounds like it. Wait. Not to me. Hey, beach lover. Adrian. So, wow. She could have saved that baby. I wonder if the police would have gone after her if the public hadn't started pointing out the towel. The first night they said they arrested everyone. I know. That's interesting. And again, let's go back to that video because there is no denying there's a third person here. You truly can't see. I mean, here, let's start it here. See that white towel right here? Boom, it moves on its own. Oh, I thought I was sleeping. She might have been on a bunch of Xanax or Ambien. You're right. Thank you, Pula May. New to hearing about this case the last few days, been in the gypsy rabbit hole. That is quite the damn rabbit hole to be in, too, because I had never fell down that rabbit hole. The case was interesting to me, but I don't know, just not super interesting until she got out and I started seeing like her interviews and stuff. And then they were playing parts of the case. And yeah, I definitely got down that rabbit hole. Hey, Connie. They probably said that to make her think she was safe. Oh, I can just see her pacing the floors, peeking out the window, like, you know, nonstop, waiting for police to show up. I do not carry towels in my car. It is sad, Megan. Hey, Pinche Becky. You didn't, Robbie? Oh, so you just got into that too. Interesting. You know what? We should talk about it sometime, but like I said in that comment, but I want to watch the series on Lifetime. I haven't seen that yet. Oh my gosh, I posted this in Patreon, but I meant to talk to you guys about this here for just a minute, and then we're going to get back to this for a second. But have y'all seen some of this stuff with Casey Anthony that's came out? So her parents did a lie detector test, and they've done some interviews and stuff. I haven't got to see it all yet. I watched that. That was just like a short clip from the interview. I want to talk about that soon here. I'm going to link it in the chat. But Cindy says in this interview right here, this is the one I did watch. She straight up says, I know Casey knows what happened. Yeah. Well, okay. Save Robbie. Yes, it was a drug deal. But here's the thing. So one of the victims was like all over Telegram. He sold a variety of things. And the perpetrator claimed that he came over to his house to sell him marijuana. And so we don't know if that's the truth, right? I'd be surprised if that was all that they were doing there. But he told police that the dude pointed the gun at him and he wrestled it away from him, accidentally shooting, or at that time shooting them, like in almost a self-defense manner. Okay, here's the interview with Casey Anthony's mom. Drop it in the chat, you guys, if you haven't got to see it. Hey, Christine G. Good to see you. Okay, so now where are we going to go to now? Let me see just a second because I grabbed a couple of different things. We'll go to this little one.
New at 6, 2 families relieved after San Antonio police make a third arrest in the capital murder case of a pregnant teen and her boyfriend. 47-year-old Mirta Romanos is now facing 3 charges, including tampering with evidence. She is the stepmother of 19-year-old Christopher Preciado. He's accused of shooting and killing Savanah Soto and Matthew Guerra, and is facing capital murder charges.
Now look, so they arrest Christopher. They show up at their house though. Christopher's dad answers the door for people that don't know it all. And he straight up says, oh, hello. Yeah, I know why you're here. You need to talk to my son. He didn't cover for him at all. He went out and met with him. He clearly helped him wipe fingerprints off the car and picked him up from the scene or whatever. But once police showed up, he was like, no. I'm not taking the rap for all this.
Charges.
And
Christopher's father, Ramon Preciado, is also facing 2 charges for allegedly helping to hide the bodies. Police say the 3 were living together at a home just minutes away from where Soto and Guerra's bodies were discovered on December 26th. KENS 5 reporter Megan Reyna joins us live from Public Safety Headquarters after speaking with Matthew's father.
That's what I want us to watch. But also, it is very sad. And this is another thing with this case that is just devastating. The day that mom realized that she was missing, she was supposed to be at the hospital being induced to have her baby. Her mom goes to the hospital to wait to meet up with her, and she never shows up.
Megan?
No, the baby did not.
Well, Isis, it was just a day ago when Gabriel Guerra had to lay his son to rest. He told me that detectives told him that they knew that there was a third person involved. He's just relieved that they finally got enough evidence to make that arrest. According to an arrest affidavit, officers discovered a gun hidden in Mirta Romano's bedroom. It states the shell casings they found in Matthew and Savanah Soto's car matched the gun. Romanos later admitted it was hers. Police also used this surveillance video taken at that same spot the bodies were dumped. Police believe Christopher Preston.
I think that's another reason we can see it well, because that little clip we have is kind of zoomed up a little bit.
Ramon Preciado, and Romanos were all there at this moment. They believe Romanos is the one seen tossing a towel to Ramon. Michael Guerra's father had this to say about all these
Christine,
arrests.
I'll address that.
Still to not, show any remorse and just to be uncooperative to the last second up to her arrest, shows a lot about them, and it's unbelievable.
Right before Christmas.
And he understands that this will now
Found
be a
the
long
day after
process.
Christmas. So was it his mom or his stepmom? Look, there are so many different rumors and stuff going around, but everything that I'm seeing, even the local news in San Antonio, say that it is his stepmom. I think that people think she kind of looks like him, right? And that might be the glasses as part of it. I just had a picture of both of them together, or all of them together pulled up. So right here. Here is everybody involved. Mirta, the recent person arrested yesterday, top left. Christopher, 18 years old. He's the one who's getting the murder charges. You know, Christopher's dad, Ramon, and then Savanah and Matthew underneath. Those photos are identical. Yeah. Well, I was confused. I thought they said something. Yeah, the gun was his stepmom's. Well, you're not the only one confused, because I've seen everywhere people saying that he might be 19, and I said that wrong. I know he's just an adult, though. Like, I bet it's in this article. Or no, we're on Twitter. Hold on. To where the evidence of where you can find the information to her identity. Okay, thank you. Yeah, because I pulled up even the first article we went through today was local news, and it said stepmom. You know, she has a different last name, but that doesn't mean anything. 19. Thank you, Pinche. Harlot, I think she means those first two. A lot of people think that she looks a lot like Christopher. I don't know if that's where a lot of the stuff is coming from or what. They are not. Jesse says, yes, stepmom. They are not legally married. It's common law marriage. Verified it with a marriage certificate or some certificate. Yeah, send that to me. I would love that. Hey, NT's apple bottom jeans. There has to be more to this story. I can see Matthew probably bullying a guy who looks like the shooter. Just my opinion, said Mama JP. Step. Bio mom is heavier and really looks like him. Cops say Step. Birthday pic of him, 10 years old. Thank you, Shay. Appreciate that. Savannah's 18. Matthew's 22. Chris is 19. I mean, they're all babies, honestly. Really. I don't know, man. I do not know. Okay, let me go to, hold on. Here. Could have just read that from there. Mirta, who is believed to be Christopher's stepmother, is being charged with 3 felonies: alter, destroy, and concealing of a human corpse, abuse of a corpse, tampering with evidence. I bet you I could just do this. Hold on. Let's go to San Antonio Police Facebook, and then we're going to check out the brothers, because I didn't do that before we came on, and I usually will. Okay. Here they have San Antonio Police Department. Today, SAPD arrested Mirta Romanos in connection to the capital murder case of Savanah and Matthew. They do not say on that one. Our deepest condolences go out to the families. 3rd arrest made in Savanah and Matthew's case, and they put, that's where the video originally came from. It's 8 minutes long. Let's see. Or one of these videos. Pickle, they tried to act like the internet didn't tip them off about the towel. First, they got their suspects. Now they knew the whole time, right? Well, they even said it at
Different
first,
part.
you know, that
Different card.
they didn't suspect to arrest anybody else. Christine says, you know what I thought when I saw him? That maybe Matthew and Savanah like made fun of him or something, and he was mad about it. It's not funny, but I think, right. Well, you ain't the first one who said that, even in here. Yeah, and she absolutely could have. All I know is it's being reported as his stepmom from local news, and they're wrong a lot in the beginning of cases. They just are. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. Also, yeah, agreed, Neat Noodle. Did you guys see that Allie from Summer Wells case passed away today? It's sad. Sad, sad, sad. I don't know, man. That case drives me crazy because, like, I would love nothing more than to talk about it, but it's been talked about so much with no real information. You know what I mean? We're going to watch this. With no real information, I just feel like I'm not helping anything. It's just stirring up drama, and I don't really want to be a part of that. I get people all the time that are like, please keep her face out there. Please keep her name out there. But, I don't know. It's just a tough situation. Not only that, what is there to report on? They haven't said shit in a long time. All there is all the people surrounding Summer and their drama and personal relationship bullshit, It was on Dolly. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Anne. I appreciate that. Law enforcement always says they aren't looking for anyone else. They don't want people to panic. And they probably want that suspect to get real comfortable. I don't know, Tess, but she was in the hospital. I know. It's sad. Hey, T. Michelle. Shay, thanks for coming in, babe. Wow, what a bummer. It's unfortunate because she is, one of the last people to see her that day and stuff. And her stories played a role for sure in all the online speculation bullshit drama. I have a lot of things that I want to talk about, but some of them I'm not going to talk about here, the more personal things, because, but I will talk about it soon, some things soon. Music City Mom, I don't watch Dolly anymore. Used to be a mod in there and was like, please unmod me. Well, I don't blame you, especially when like all the controversy was happening and stuff. I mean, I don't have anything against him. I tried his soap and lotion for those reviews. Honestly, I mean, I couldn't smell really anything in the lotion. The soap was pretty, but his candles, though, they were damn good. Chris and his dad weren't running anywhere. I mean, Christine, took me a second to get that. She has several, Christine. Hunter has a little sister, and yeah. Oh, Jay, good to see you. Thank you for being a member for 12 months. Crazy. Okay, we're going to keep watching this just to listen in, but didn't watch but a minute. The candle I got from him was actually damn good, though. But I got to say that the candles from Chasing Truth and Laura, too, were bomb. Like, yeah, I just loved all of them, really. So, okay. Now I'll stop with all the random stuff that you're not really here to listen to, and we'll listen to this.
Hi, how are you? Hi,
Oh, Rexy, thank you for being a member for 5 months, and thank you for being here. Oh, that's okay, Lucia. I actually haven't seen this because, like I said yesterday, when this happened, I had some other things going on and then things that just continued to go on through the night. And I was trying to order that internet, which I'm so excited about. And so I didn't catch up until like 2 today. Hey, West Virginia Jules.
Okay.
Thank you, Deb.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. We're going to provide you with an update on the Savanah, Soto, and Matthew Guerra case. First and foremost, once again, SAPD wants to extend our condolences to the family of Savanah and Matthew. Today, as you saw, we just made another arrest. This is the third arrest in this case. Just to recap, back on December 23rd, Leon Valley PD reported that Savanah and Matthew Guerra were reported missing to their jurisdiction. On December 26th, SAPD officers received a call for a disturbance. When those officers made that location, they discovered the bodies of Savanah Soto and Matthew Guerra. They were found deceased in their vehicle, the Kia Optima, that had also been reported missing. Since then, our homicide unit has done an outstanding job in following this case. They followed every lead. They were able to get surveillance video, which led them to these arrests that were made. On January 3rd, we made 2 arrests, 19-year-old Christopher Preciado and 53-year-old Ramon Preciado. There was a lot of information on social media that there was a third individual involved. Our homicide detectives were aware of that. However, we were looking for enough probable cause to make that arrest and to present the best case forward to the DA's office. Today, that happened. They were able to develop enough of exactly what the relationship is, maybe a stepmother to Christopher, 19-year-old Christopher. She is being charged with 3 felonies. The first one
Whoa.
being
Let's go back a minute now. She said stepmom. Also, I just had like the worst, like I had the best thought. I had something like I felt like I really needed to share with you guys, and it was important, and then it left my mind. So never mind. But let's listen to that part just again. I'm not familiar with her. How was she related to the Summer Wells case? She was one of the last people to see Summer. Her son was the teenage boy that hung out with Candace and Summer that day.
And to present the best case forward to the DA's office. Today, that happened. They were able to develop enough of exactly what the relationship is, maybe a stepmother.
Okay. She's not certain, though. I don't know exactly what the relationship is, maybe a stepmother, which that could be the reason that that all the local news and stuff are calling her stepmom, because they were probably at this press conference. Hey, Blue. Hi, Alex. I'm so glad you are live. It's been a rough day and I need to be with my people. Well, I'm so glad that you're here. And I'm sorry you're having a rough day and I hope it gets better. I had not a rough day, but a very long and exhausting day. I drove probably 3 or 4 hours total today. And yeah, early this morning. It's just been a long day for me too. Hey, Janet, scarier too that Hunter is having twins. I heard that. I was wondering if that was true. I'm sorry, Escape with K-Love. So she says, I'm not sure of the relationship. Maybe a stepmother. Enough probable cause. When did they say they reviewed the security footage inside the home? Let's see. Do I still have it pulled up? They interviewed her on January 4th. Let's see. Because I'm over here, I've got this pulled up too from New York Post. Really just because they usually get pretty good images of everybody and stuff. Arrest warrant obtained by the Express News. Hold on. Yeah, January 4th. And then here's the affidavit. We'll see. We'll double check when they got that surveillance footage from the house. Police were able to place her on the scene after surveillance footage showed her returning home. Read affidavit. Hold on, it's going to take a second to load. January 2nd, they provided the cell phone to Detective Knox. January 3rd, they got the phone download. January 4th is when they went out to the house. Let's see. On January 4th, or they spoke to Mirta on January 4th. Maybe that's when it actually isn't dated the first time on this one. They spoke to Christopher and Romano. Let's see. Wait, Romanos. I'm getting their names mixed together. Let's see. Further investigation led to surveillance video being recovered from the residence in the surveillance video. So it would have been after the 4th, but they don't say specifically when. So let me just show you guys this. It's only like a 40-second video. It's just about when they laid him Matthew to rest.
And who was killed along with his girlfriend. All right, back here at home, the family of a man who was killed along with his girlfriend and unborn child weeks ago is saying its last goodbyes. They celebrated the life of 22-year-old Matthew Guerra earlier today as they gathered for his funeral. He and his girlfriend, 18-year-old Savanah Soto, were shot and killed just days before she was set to give birth to their child. Last week, a father and son were charged in their deaths. Tomorrow is going to be the last service for Guerra, and Savanah Soto's family tells KSAT that her funeral is going to be this Friday. Keep up to date with all of San Antonio's.
Just so sad hearing the dad talk about, meeting Fabian this way. And that's not how he first wanted to meet him. There are some of the papers from the funeral home. And then I guess it was like live broadcast or something. That's kind of how it appears, but that's just a guess. Hey, Sprinkled Donut. Hey, Coda Anna. I'm hearing it's pneumonia, but I don't know that. Like, I didn't find that out myself. I just learned from you guys in chat. Hey, Molly the Great. Carrie, good to see you. Hey, Susan. Let's see. I thought, oh, okay. I was a little confused with some of the comments. Yes, she did, Lori. Oh, okay, Ann. Well, I just enjoy the discourse with you guys, going back and forth about this stuff. The day she was to be induced. I don't know which part you're responding to then. The fact that that's how mom knew she was missing. She was left weighted at the hospital. I don't know. I think Pinche is behind a little bit. I believe Hunter said Allie had pneumonia or the flu and was hospitalized. Very sad. That's what they were saying in here, Shay, that it was pneumonia and she let it go too long. That's scary though, right? Because that's, just a cold. I had a friend last year who did the same thing. She let pneumonia go too long, and she was in very bad shape. She has permanent lung damage from it. She's young. She's under 40, and she thought her kidneys were acting up. She was having like back pain, and it was her lungs, and it was pneumonia, and it was bad. It's just scary. This is the stuff that gives me healthcare anxiety. Said she fell and hit her head. Huh. Well, now that's confusing. Is that why she finally went? Is everything okay with preschool, Granny? Because I think I kind of missed that. Okay. Now, let's go over to Facebook for a minute. Oh, also, and I haven't got to catch up on this, but we're going to for damn sure. Tiffany Lucas was back in court, and it was a status hearing over something with her lawyers, I believe. I watched like a few minutes of it, and I didn't have a chance to watch it all yet. The last thing on his brothers is, now that I ain't blocked, I got things I want to get off my chest. If you got a problem with Savanah and my brother Matthew, you can address it in my inbox. This is the thing about the internet. It can be an awesome place where things are spotted, like that towel moving or, whatever. I believe they probably would have caught that anyways, but I don't know. I could be wrong. But people attack the family of this kid. Look here, we know that last year on Christmas, Matthew and Savanah had a bad situation between them that involved physical violence. when she first was missing, even I gotta say, I'm guilty of it. That made me suspicious of him. But once we knew that that wasn't what happened, I mean, even when you didn't think so, we shouldn't be attacking their families. The family can't control what he does. I've told you guys, my brother's in jail. If I was judged for the shit he does, that would be pretty damn bad, because I'm disappointed in him myself, So I feel bad. I don't like that. Shay says, my ex-husband's father passed away of the same thing and ended up getting staph infection. Take your health seriously. You never know. I'm done with all. No, that's okay. Share whatever you guys want. I mean, I appreciate it, and I agree with you. And I'm sorry about your ex-husband's father. But Susan says, lost oxygen to the. So Allie did? Is that what you mean? My daughter gets pneumonia every year. Oh my gosh, Adrian. Oh, how stressful that must be. Bentley's sick again. I'm so annoyed. It's like, with little kids in school, they just get sick nonstop. People must send their kids to school sick a lot, which, I guess I did that today because I didn't realize he was sick. I knew he was having like some allergy things, but he was only in there. Oh no, Blue, are you okay? I know you said you had a bad day, and then I missed what happened, but I hope that you're okay. That very well could have been me in my late teens. Me too. They need peace and compassion. So I had made a post about this case because I had decided I wasn't covering Savanah's case anymore until something happened, which an arrest is something important I do want to make sure I have on the channel, because I'm trying to create a playlist where you can follow along with what's happened. But I'm not going to just do videos on conspiracies and stuff. I see why they're out there, because over marijuana doesn't really, I don't know. I have questions too, right? And we know that Matthew was supposed to have court on January 9th, I believe. So I have a lot of questions as well, but I don't want to the police and the families have asked people to stop with the rumors. And then you see people that have zoomed in to try to see if they can see their bodies in the car and what position they're in and all that stuff. And I get why that's appealing to a viewer, but I've looked differently at the creators who are doing it. But at the end of the day, I had made a post and I was like, this is wrong. Why are we zooming in? It's like unblurring the footage of Kylie in the car. And someone made a comment under the post who I appreciate and enjoy so much. And they were like, I agree with you about the zoom in and all that, but not about this case being exploited. I mean, what about you guys covering Letitia all the time and you're not even putting Gannon out there? So let me ask you guys a couple things. First of all, with that situation, we have intentionally tried not to tie Gannon to the stuff that happened with her in jail and her phone calls and stuff, because we thought that would be disrespectful, right? Hashtagging his name and his little face and tying it to her. But this is the difference to me, and I'm curious how you guys feel. I think that it's comparing apples to oranges, but I think that with an open investigation that hasn't been to court yet, and all the facts we have are these affidavits and press conferences, that's very different from a case where we're going through new factual information, phone calls, court documents, jail documents. I think that that's different. And it's almost like a very serious, deep study of her mind and what was going. Plus, I mean, if you follow the case from start to finish, you're going to be curious what took place in those 3 years she was in jail. Yes, Little Red. And I think that it would be wrong to be using his face all over, The cop misspoke. Myrta left with Ramon to meet Christopher at the apartments. All three did not leave together. Right. That's the way I understood it in the affidavit that we read, was that they saw her leave with Ramon and they saw them all three arrive home together. Toby Bird. Hey, Eris. Oh, thank you, Carol. It's a huge difference. That's kind of what I was thinking. Stephanie says, I don't care what she's doing in jail. She belongs there. But that's just when the jail content I wouldn't watch. You know what I mean? But I do think that it's different. Hall just joining, got back from PT, but still have to work. So we'll try to listen while I finish up some last minute calls. Hey, Becky. My brother has schizophrenia and committed a crime and called the police on himself. Oh, wow. Getting an inside look at the suspect's brain is different from victim blaming or exploiting victims. Based on Telegram post by Matthew, we knew it happened not long after his re-up of favors caption 614. Telegram post killed before midnight. I think it's deeper than marijuana. Shay, can you show me how to look at that? Because when I try to go to it, it says the link was taken down, and I try to access it two ways, through somebody who shared his link on Twitter, and then I think from like his social media, he had it hyperlinked on maybe Instagram. It's been a few days. Yes, yes, and more yes, Allie. The woman cop says the 3 left. I think I still have it here. Well, no, I was on their Facebook, but I could go back to it. Well, I'm sure there you go. That's an instance of even the police misspeak sometimes, you know, or get things wrong. And then I'll probably let you guys go in a second. But we're going to talk as soon as I get myself caught up on Tiffany Lucas. And remember, she was the mom from Kentucky with the 2 little boys, Jaden and Peanut Maurice. And she said that someone manipulated her over Facebook to do what she did.
Almost ready.
For being ready.
Okay.
Okay. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. We're going to provide you with an update on the Savanah, Soto, and Matthew Guerra case. First and foremost, once again, SAPD wants to extend our condolences to the family of Savanah and Matthew. Today, as you saw.
And before we listen to this, Toby says it's a huge difference. Sometimes you just have to ignore the comments. And I agree with you. But this was a person who I respect a lot and love a lot. I mean, it's one of the viewers that I care about that's in here all the time. I mean, so I think that it came from a place of honesty and not just like being hateful, that kind of thing. NT's apple bottom jeans. I'm interested in other prisoners' calls and incidents too. Me too. And Jen and I were just talking about that with Gypsy. But I absolutely am as well. I think that we should continue down that path too, because I just think it would be fascinating to see, because I don't think they expect that these calls, they might expect that the DA will listen or the jail, but not the whole world. Okay, now I won't interrupt again until she gets to her point about the 3 of them leaving together.
Oh, we just made another arrest. This is the 3rd arrest in this case. Just to recap, back on December 23rd, Leon Valley PD reported that Savanah and Matthew Guerra were reported missing to their jurisdiction. On December 26th, SAPD officers received a call for a disturbance. When those officers made that location, they discovered the bodies of Savanah Soto and Matthew Guerra. They were found deceased in their vehicle, the Kia Optima, that had also been reported missing. Since then, our homicide unit has done an outstanding job in following this case. They followed every lead. They were able to get surveillance video, which led them to these arrests that were made. On January 3rd, we made 2 arrests, 19-year-old Christopher Preciado and 53-year-old Ramon Preciado. There was a lot of information on social media that there was a 3rd individual involved. Our homicide detectives were aware of that. However, we were looking for enough probable cause to make that arrest and to present the best case forward to the DA's office. Today, that happened. They were able to develop of exactly what the relationship is, maybe a stepmother to Christopher, 19-year-old Christopher. She is being charged with 3 felonies. The first one being alter, destroy, conceal a human corpse, which is a 2nd-degree felony. She's also being charged with abuse of corpse, which is a state jail felony, and a 3rd charge, tampering with evidence. Through our forensic unit, we were able to develop information from surveillance video that shows Miss Romanos involved the night of the murder. That video surveillance shows her at the home right after the murders, and she was seen on video surveillance leaving in that black truck that we all saw on the surveillance video, and then returning to her home with Christopher and Ramon in that truck.
Oh, okay. So let's just hear that last part one more time.
At this time, I'll take
I don't
any
think
questions that you
I
might
think
have.
we're just misunderstanding her.
Excuse me?
Maybe.
Surveillance shows her at the home right after the murders, and she was seen on video surveillance leaving in that black truck that we all saw on the surveillance video, and then returning to her home with Christopher.
So they say she was seen leaving in that truck, but I don't I think the way that she worded it means that they saw her leaving and then coming back with all of them. What do you guys think? Hey, Nails and Braids by Kim. I love your playlist. You got me hooked on following the case from the playlist listening. Oh, yay. I'm excited because I like that too. I'm trying to keep up with like adding the videos to them every time we do one. What do you guys think? Music City Mom, that's an excellent question. And I was thinking that while we were reading through it. It doesn't say. So I think they're probably keeping that close to the vest until trial. No, it's okay, Gretchen. No worries. I think that it's good. You weren't the only one. There was a couple people who heard that. Lil Red says, I think he just wanted to rob them, period. It's funny though, because usually like in this world, I've been in it. I've told you guys that like usually the people that are robbing people and stuff are like trying to get drugs, right? Or I don't know. It's just interesting. What I've seen, I don't know though. You know, that's just usually. Mirta is going to say she kept the murder weapon because she was contemplating suicide due to the fact she knew her goose was cooked, says Phoenix. I think he drove the car away. He did, but they don't say. So I agree with you, True Crime Crazy. I think you're exactly right. But they never say for certain. Like they just keep it out completely of the affidavit. Let's look at the comments though, because I think this is interesting. Deb says this was a hit. Shay, well, they're leaving the option open to the crime being committed nearby the house. I never really thought it happened in front of Chris's home, but more to come. Exactly. That's what I think. More to come. Tess says it does seem like some sort of setup or robbery. It was so fast, and I don't know how otherwise. I mean, from what we read today, it says his car was it 4 minutes? Because I had seen that 9 minutes other places, but the affidavit today talks about 1250 to 1254. Unless, did I read that wrong? And it was 1259. Like to me, let me go back to it. I never thought that you meant anything bad, Steph. Honestly, I appreciate you guys sharing your opinions with me when they're disagreeable to mine. Jesse disagreed with me too a little bit on some of that. And honestly, I love that. I would rather you be truthful with me than like sugarcoat whatever to spare my feelings. Like I'm that kind of friend where I'm going to be very direct and honest. And that's, I don't know. especially if it's like something bothering me or, I don't know. I appreciate that. So, okay, let's look again. So, okay. Your affiant was able to discover that the victim's vehicle, Matthew's vehicle, pinged near Charlie Chan Drive and Cary Grant Drive around 2350 on the night they went missing. The vehicle did not start moving again until 2354. Huh, that is very quick. 4 minutes at the scene, 5 minutes driving time. Oh, okay, I see. It also takes 4 minutes, shortest route from Christopher's house to where the victims were located. This was a statement, Deb said. Anyway, the trial. That is the coolest thing about it. And about like a trial is getting to know everything you didn't know, like with Letitia's case in mind, and even further than that and beyond that. The jail records, the phone calls, those kind of things. Like imagine Brian Koberger's. I cannot wait until we actually have the real facts surrounding that case. 9 minutes from the address looked up to 4 minutes from his house, the drop off. Okay, Cajun Mama. Yeah, I had seen people saying that and I didn't know where they were getting that. Yeah, it is, Tess. It is. Deb, I don't think so. I think like when he because Matthew searches the address on his phone or Savanah on Savannah's phone. See, affiant found the victim had recently searched the street of Charlie Chan Drive. Due to your affiant's knowledge of the crime scene area, I was aware that that was only a couple blocks away. So just for a second, I always find this interesting. The comments. Rissa Riv says, I knew it. I saw that rag get tossed out and knew it was her. Great job, SAPD. Do you guys love the comment section? It's where all the I don't know. I enjoy the comment section. Hey, Jur. Stephanie says, I'm scared that case is going to give me nightmares. My daughter goes to college next year and the thought brings tears to my eyes. Yeah, that is very scary. I understand that for sure because, yeah, my little one is in high school now and we went shopping not long ago and we went by this huge college and we're talking about it. And I feel like if you have kids in college at the time that this happened or approaching college, when Idaho 4 happened or during the trial process, it's scary. I'll never forget hearing Ethan's parents say, we just had the conversation, like, look at us. We've done it. We've raised these amazing kids. They're in college. They're about to start their lives. Like right before that happened. I'm really looking forward to Corey Richen's trial. See, I don't know much about that, Kim. I always read the comment section on everything. Blue. Molly said yes. Music City Mom. I was looking at comments people left on the TikTok girls Facebook. 3,200. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, that's awful. Elizabeth Ross. I figured once they identified the towel person and could put them in that spot, they would have enough to go pick her up. Janet, thank you for sharing about your brother. I lost my 27-year-old son because he was so scared to go back to jail. Oh, Janet, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it was a rough Christmas talking to him. And ever since then, he just sobbed and cried on the phone. It was tough. I'm sorry for anybody I'm so especially sorry for you, Janet. And also sorry to anybody with a loved one in jail or going through addiction. Yes, Tess. My son is the same age. It hits your heart differently when you empathize. Hey, Cosmic Lotus. Good to see you. All right, let's just look here for a minute, and then I'm going to let you guys go. I'm really just liking hanging out with you, We need full justice for the two families. Stepmom, great job, San Antonio. it did this for the perp walk, but not this bad. Have they done the perp walk? Was it stepmom? It's the mom, someone said. I'm hiding in a porta potty at work for this. Somebody's hiding in the porta potty at work to get the updates. It's the stepmom, great job. The mom, it was the stepmom, show us the face. Who was the third person? Great job, San Antonio. It was Christopher's mom or stepmom. Stepmom. I wonder if she has a Facebook, you guys. Let's look. Hold on just a second and I'll search it. And then I'll really let you go. Mirta Romanos. Trending right now. She allegedly told police that her gun was indeed the murder weapon. San Antonio doesn't say here, stepmom or mom. Ooh, new video. A look at the third suspect, Mirta, at the magistrate. Bonds have been set for all three charges. So she got a $100,000 bond for the abuse of a corpse charge, a $500,000 bond for the tampering evidence, and then a $500,000 for alter, destroy, or conceal human corpse. Wow. Let's just watch a second of this just to see. Video has no sound. Daggone it. Look at her. What would you guys do if you were her? Let's say that your stepson did something like this. Would you turn him in? Or, I mean, I certainly wouldn't go to help him park the car and clean up the car, but and be handing him a towel. Here, don't forget, wipe the door. Yeah, they did Preschool Granny. We watched it. I just was reading the comments. I don't know, Harlot. Addiction brings out the worst of ourselves. I've been clean 10 years now. I lived a hard life before, so bless now, thank God above. Reb Scout, I'm proud of you, and I'm the same. I lived a rough life. I've been in a lot of low lows, and I've been at some really dark places, and done some really dumb shit, and also disrespected the hell out of a lot of people that I love. I know the feeling. It definitely brings out the worst in us. It brings out a side of us that simply would not exist without it. I like the reporter asking her, how did you sleep? Like, how do you carry on knowing you have taken part in something so horrific? So did she say to Christopher, here, son, take this with you and defend yourself? And Christopher got ballsy. They remembered to wipe the door, but forgot to wipe the incriminating footage from their own home. Crime Watch Lover says, I lost my best friend to a hit, put out on her because she sold green in 2017. April 4th is a day I'll never remember, and we are still seeing justice for her. I am so sorry, Crime Watch Lover. Wow, that is awful. Molly says, and my son too. Adrian, I would get them legal representation and then call law enforcement. Nope, my stepson would go to jail. Nope. I'm just baffled by them staying home and waiting for police. No, you don't, Lil Red. Lil Red says I would have called the cops first. I knew what you meant, Crime Watch Lover. Shay, I feel like if it was truly self-defense, then call the cops immediately. I'd like to think I would do the right thing and call regardless of the circumstances. Me too, but then you think about it and it's a tough situation. I damn sure wouldn't be going to help you clean it up or cover it up. My friend's son didn't feel like he could live another day. Oh my gosh. Music City Mom. They're planning his funeral as we speak. I am so sorry. Proud of you, Tess. Elizabeth, some people raise their kids to think they can do no wrong, and if that should happen, they will be there to pamper their butts. Talking to you, Roberta, Billy Joe, Elizabeth, Ramon, and all the rest. Hey, Leonard, Amber, I'd call an attorney and let it go from there. If they go to jail, so be it. Have never upheld my kids when they've done wrong. I feel like for me, how do you be a decent parent? It's just like that, you know, that woman who cleaned up her cleaned up those pants her son was wearing. It was out of Florida. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think of the teenagers' names, but he stabbed her like over 100 times. Tristan Bailey, the boy who killed her, his mom like cleaned up his pants and stuff. I feel like if you cover their ground for them, what are you teaching them? I know it would be hard to turn them in, but even as a parent, don't you try to encourage them to turn themselves and encourage them that if you're not accountable to the things you do, you'll never grow as a person. You won't. You'll never be a decent person if you really can't hold yourself accountable when you screw up. It's like, I know people personally who are never the ones in the wrong. They simply admit that they have done something wrong. And if they do, it's all that's just not kind of human. Because like for me, I will like, I have pride, like, and I care about, like having a certain level of respect to myself, but I also will lose all of that pride when it comes to like, because there's something to be gained from that. When you can just say straight up, like, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I did this. I was wrong. Like, you just grow so much from that. So it's not something to be ashamed of when you have to do it. It is truly no-brained if the acorn does equal the tree. Excuse me, you guys. Tam said their family dog was locked up too. There was no one to take care of it. There was animal control. Oh, shown in Carlos's video showing it. Had they saved the baby, it would not be so bad. Why involve the parents at all? Yeah, you're right. Foxy, truth be told, I don't know what I would do if I'm honest, but I would not cover it up. That's for sure. Yeah, that's where I'm at. So hard to hide. You don't have to hide nothing in here, Elizabeth. Aiden Fuji's mom. Yep. Thank you, guys. Yes. Thank you. I will support my son from the outside, says Cray Cray. So the laundries. KPM, I'm not sure, actually. Maybe so. I wonder if Shay knows. I could seriously continue watching Mona videos daily for pure entertainment. I never played any of them here because we weren't sure if it was like those. I just didn't, in case those kids didn't have anything to do with it, I didn't want to like fuel that more. So I didn't play him, and I honestly only watched a few. You know, the one of that girl and her boyfriend where he's like, yeah, Savanah and her man. Like, I watched that one. There was only a few that I watched. Supporting your child is making them be accountable for their actions. Oh, Stephanie, that would be so hard. Like one parent, you know, feels so differently about that than you. Mayla's mom says, I honestly understand why Aiden's mom did that. I don't think it has anything to do with being a bad person. She didn't want to lose her baby. Not a popular opinion, but honest. Oh, I agree with you. But when you're covering up something like that, like another mom lost their baby, and then like my whole point to it was, what are you teaching your son? If you're just teaching him like, that's okay, you can be a really shit person, do the worst of the worst, and just don't let anybody find out. You know what I'm saying? Like, so J.E. says, I was raised in a family where we did not involve police ever. However, if it were my child, I would have called an attorney and police. I know exactly what you mean by that. I would go with them to turn themselves in. A little red. Harlot, me either. Why would she even go? Why even like expose yourself to being caught up in that? The best damn defense lawyer I can find. You're right, Tess. I would too. My son told me things no mother should ever hear a child say. He's working on getting clean, and I still would never leave him and answer every call from him. Well, you're an awesome mom, because you know what? I know how hard it is on a mom's heart. Just because I did it to my parents. I've heard about the nights that they couldn't sleep, how every time the phone rang, they were worried that something happened. Like it is something that I still feel guilty about to this day. And my parents stood by me as well. But, you know, it's just a lot that you have to go through as a parent when you don't know if the next call you're going to be getting is, you know, going to be that call, or when you hear a knock on the door and you think your first thought is it's the worst thing possible. Like, oh, she doesn't have one scheduled. Thank you, Shay. All right, you guys. The forensic astrologer was the only one I watched, and her mapping literally had a line. Oh, wow. That's super cool, Jelly Baby. Oh, we should remember that, Foxy, because we're going to do a live soon about psychics and true crime. Foxy does tarot. She has an awesome channel. She doesn't do true crime. She feels a certain way about that. We have talked about, like, I've asked her, would she do it like on the perpetrator or like not involving the victim? But we're going to have a discussion about psychics and true crime, including the ones that have made the biggest splashes, you know, Donna Refren and JJ and Tylee. We also have Psychic Sleuth, who's came out with multiple things before it actually came out, including Richard Allen's name. So I think that'll be a fun one to talk about. Janet, I found pot bowl in my son's room, smashed it with a hammer, and called the cops. The cops said, well, you killed the evidence. My son had a shitty grin. Hey, Midwest Me Mom. Yes, it was Myrta's gun. I totally understand that too. I think in that moment she was thinking of herself. All she was thinking about was losing her kid. Doesn't make it right, but I can't help but understand. Oh yeah, me too. Oh my God, Music City Mom. Shoo. That's dangerous. You get in some major trouble for that. But you know what we do as addicts? Like, it's almost like anything or everything for that fix. Like, if you're dope sick and you simply feel like you cannot go on. Like, if you're dope sick and it's Christmas dinner and you have like your whole family to go see and watch your like most cherished loved ones, like during this holiday, you won't even be able to do that in your own head. You'll tell yourself like you're not going to go if you can't get your fix. It's unbelievable the things that women will go and sell their bodies, you know, and yeah, it's just really sad. Mexi does the spirit box sessions. I just sent Psychic Sleuth a validation of one of her readings. I was so shocked, but blessed to feel like this one is actually real. She's called a few things before they've happened, which is interesting. That's awesome, Music City Mom. Yeah, I'd be shocked too. All right, you guys. So I am going to jump off of here, go get ready for dinner. The kids ready for school tomorrow. If Bentley even goes, I don't know what I'm going to do. But thank you guys for being here and hanging out with me. And I know that this is late. It is not, this was news yesterday afternoon. But like I said, I wanted to make sure to talk about it here for our series, for the playlist, to have it like done with completion or whatever that kind of, you know what I mean. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. They've canceled school for you tomorrow. Oh man, I missed the snow days. Midwest Meemaw says, I was in active addiction 16 months. Never understood why until my son became an addict. I would have handled that much differently had I not had that experience. By the way, December 29th, 19 years clean for me. That is freaking incredible. And I'm so proud of you. I know that, yeah, I know that we've talked about it before, but I'm just so sorry for your loss. My stepdaughter doesn't sleep with men, so she did other things to get meth. We'll do it, we'll do things that you would never picture yourself doing. You just become a different person. It's crazy. That is great. All right, you guys. Well, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you to the members as well. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to the people who left the milestone messages. I appreciate you guys so much. And yeah, we're going to talk about some things soon. I have plans. I have many things I want to talk about, some that are personal, some that are crime, some that are community issues. And I'm going to find a way to do that the best way possible. So anyways, I will see you guys soon. Have a great night. Thank you for being here. True Crime Crazy. I will let you know as soon as that comes. I wonder if it's going to be tomorrow because I checked the mail when I got home this afternoon, but I'll definitely let you know. And thank you so much. Oh my God, NT's apple bottom jeans. That is scary. I am so sorry, Mama JP. I guarantee, oh God, I am just so sorry. All right, you guys. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for giving me a couple hours to get my mind off of the things that I think about. And I hope that I helped you guys accomplish that as well. All right. We saw that, Adrian. Terrible. All right, you guys. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye.